Now, let me take you across to my colleague Tapas Bhattacharya, who joins us live for more on this. Tapas, anticipation really building up among us all. And this is going to be across the world as well, because it's a major mission that these astronauts have completed. But it's a special day for India because it's the first astronaut that India has ever had on an international space station. So just tell us, what are we really expecting out of this sort of presence that India and Indians had on the International Space Station for 18 days?
So almost 3 weeks, the Subhanshu Shukla was in space, and it showcases the fact that India has comes of age. And in fact, there was a time when we all remember how Aryabhatta, the satellite, was taken on a cart to be taken up in the space. And from there to now, India's space journey has actually seen a massive upswing. And Subhanshu Shukla's the way he went there, the way he spoke about those lines, he still said that even after all these years, Bharat sabse acha dikhta hai. So that summarizes the fact that India is there. India has arrived. The time for India has arrived. It's a huge mission for India for the simple reason we have our Gaganyaan program up and running. We also have a program where we will be putting a manned mission to moon. So that is also part of the Gaganyaan mission. Approximately 33,000 crore has already been marked for that. And the experience that Subhanshu Shukla has got from the International Space Station is expected to be a major, give a major push to how India planned to have its own space station, and as well as putting a man on moon by 2040. Those are some of the timelines that we are talking about. And as I mentioned, it's a huge opportunity for India, not just to learn how things work in a space station, how the whole procedure takes place, but also for ISRO and India's startup space sector to take a leaf out of what Elon Musk's SpaceX is doing, and actually work in that manner to put India to put a manned mission in moon, as well as have their own space station in the States. So those are some of the major points. Obviously, when Subhanshu Shukla will come, he will have his own test results, how certain algae or certain bacteria or certain plants work in zero gravity. But those are there. But apart from that, the kind of experience that he will share with India's top brass when it comes to the space station, that will be worth its weight in gold.
Mm-hmm. And he's had a special role as it is, apart from taking part in the experiments. I believe about 70 experiments that have been conducted in the space of these 18 days. 7 of them at the ISRO's direction. When we talk about these experiments as well, he himself has had a special role. He piloted the mission, didn't he?
Absolutely, and it shows that fact that when we talk about Indian Air Force, he's a group captain, by the way, and from Indian Air Force, and it tells you the fact that how the world looks at India. It's a very critical thing, to pilot, navigate a rocket launcher of such a stature. And he has done that, and that with aplomb, and the way he has done that. Obviously, he has done experiments also. He has been trained. ISRO has given India's agency, scientific agency has also given him the system through which he can do the experiments. But more than that, it showcases the fact India's pilots, India's Air Force is such a strong one, where the world is actually looking up to India and saying, oh, hey, we would like you to pilot our space aircraft. And it shows how India has come off from a place at one point of time where Indian Air Force was coming up, putting its own pilots going. The pilot used to go out in training for different places in Soviet Union and other countries. Now we have a pilot who actually is manning this sort of a mission. So it gives a massive boost to India's image, and again to Indian Air Force, without saying, that showcases the fact that how strong the metal is in Indian Air Force.
Yes, certainly. Well, for that matter, Group Captain Shukla did also go to Russia for training for some time before he boarded this particular mission. Just stay with me, Tapas, because